Day 4 of training camp, open to the public, which means play-by-play, video, and other news. Let's jump into this. What is up, fans? Hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday. I am recording this, and then after I record this, I am heading out to go see Deadpool versus Wolverine. I'm very excited for that. But real quick, let's talk about what happened at training camp today. Give you a little news and notes before we jump into Mike McDaniel's presser. Tua came out to hype the crowd, and he yelled, "Show me the money." And this is what it sounded like.
Thank you guys for taking your Sunday out to come with us. We're going to need you guys to hype us up. It's hot out here. And keep the chants going. Let's
go! I feel like most of the fan base is pretty hyped that Tua Tagovailoa got his contract. Jeff Wilson wearing the orange jersey today. D-line hyping up the crowd. Malik Washington does a backflip, and David Long Jr. activated off of the physically unable to perform list. Like I told you guys, it is very quick and very easy to get off of that list. You just have to show you're physically able to perform. So Odell, I don't expect to be on there much longer, hopefully. Now here's what Mike McDaniel had to say when talking about the pressure on Tua Tagovailoa. He says, "We will hear about results no matter what they are. Why don't we try to move the needle on what the results are? Tua has shown me that throughout the entire offseason that he knows what time it is." He even talks about it. I'm going to talk about he had a presser after practice kind of talking about his new contract. He had his children with him, cute little kids. His son Ace was just walking around the podium and everything, really adorable. But he even talked about the fact that it's time to win a playoff game and it's time to win a championship. So the money's not really getting to his head. He said, "I'm fired up for the organization. I'm fired up for Tua." He said, "There are plenty of people who can be the head coach of a team and lose a ton of games. You have to win and be respectful," essentially being tied to the success of Tua Tagovailoa. He said on helping Tua turn it around, he says, "It's one of the absolute main reasons getting into coaching. You hope to help people realize their best selves." And we've seen that not only with Tua, but we've seen that with Tyreek Hill. Had two of his best years in his career with the Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, a lot of these guys have come, Raheem Mostert, have come here and have really turned it around, especially on the offense. He says it's going to translate with pads. How does the tight end go after the edge player on a run play? Who is running with pads? Talking about the evaluation is greater and natural. Talking about pads. Pads will be on tomorrow. I'm excited to report about that camp. McDaniel named Bevel twice when talking about Tua's extension. He says those two guys are as thick as thieves. Some on-the-field stuff. Teron Armstead was out there, but he wasn't with the rest of the offensive linemen, kind of doing things on his own. He's probably on a load management, same as Jordan Poyer, who wasn't out there today. Now we get to the on-the-field stuff, and if you're new to my channel, I break it down play-by-play, kind of as if I'm calling a game. We got one-on-ones and 11-on-11s. We're going to start with the one-on-ones. Chasen Hines easily blocked Calais Campbell. I'm hearing really good things about Chasen Hines today. Patrick Paul all over Chop Robinson in one-on-ones. Jalen Ramsey all over Jalen Waddle, but Waddle got him back with a nice touchdown pass. I got video of that. Deshaun Hand tosses Liam Eichenberg aside. Don't like hearing that. Chop easily got past Keon Smith. Chasen Hines won every one-on-one he faced, which is good. I like these unsung, not big name offensive linemen showing up. Again, no pads on, so we'll know more about that tomorrow. Tua throws darts, hitting Barrios, Craycraft, Waddle, and Malik Washington. Tart did well handling I wrote Tart did well handling Tart and Benito Jones. I don't think it was Tart. I think it was Hines again, did his thing handling those two defensive linemen. Now we're on to 11 on 11s, and I have a whole page of play-by-plays to give you. Wilson with a nice run behind Patrick Paul. Patrick Paul had a decent day today. Chop Robinson beat Lester Cotton for a sack. Chop Robinson again with his explosive pass rush ability. Savon Ahmed caught a swing pass from Skylar Thompson. Tua deep to Waddle, pass break up Elijah Campbell. I like hearing, these guys have these nice pass breakups. Deep to Achane, dropped coverage by Javon Holland. So, tried to throw a deep pass to Achane. Supposedly they said it was a drop, but really nice tight coverage by Javon Holland. Mostert with a nice run on the right side. Nice block by Jones and Brewer. Wright bounces it to the outside for a nice run. White hit Malik Washington over the middle, turns up the field for a nice gain. I'm very excited to see him in preseason. Red zone now. We got Tua has a pass deflected by Sealer and picked off by Holland. I think that was his only interception of the day. Cam Smith walking to the locker room with a slight limp. I haven't heard him come back or anything. I haven't heard any updates. We'll probably get more news about that probably tomorrow. Tua with a no-look pass to Achane for an easy touchdown. Ogba was in the backfield, but he couldn't get the hand on the ball. I have a video of that no-look pass. It's kind of like what he did with the Denver Broncos. Tua steps up, evades pressure, then hits Jalen Waddle for a nice 8-yard touchdown. I have video of that as well. Jonnu Smith with a run in the backfield for a decent gain. Love that. I've been telling you guys, not only on Twitter, but on here, that we were worried about not having that big back for the short yardage and goal line situations. And I said, I feel like Jonnu Smith is going to get some carries because he has that high yard after contact. And what do? They give it to him in the backfield. I think it was kind of like an end around, and he gains some yards there. Love seeing that. Wilson to the outside. Chop set the edge, and Duke Riley came in to clean it up. Really love hearing that Chop not only is getting after the quarterback, but he's very good at setting the edge. It's very important for edge rushers. Bonner recovers a backwards pass from Skylar Thompson needs to do a little bit better on that one. Mike White touchdown to Tanner Connor, who is flashing. I'm hearing very good things about Tanner Connor as well. His speed and everything at that tight end position. Grayson Murphy, a name you're going to hear a lot, forces bad exchange between White and Wright, gets a fumble. That is on the offensive line, letting them get in the backfield. Again, no pads, so I'm not going to delve too much on that. Fun banter between Calais Campbell and Austin Jackson, who are having a good battle one-on-one. I'm hearing Calais Campbell's a little slow, but again, it's like the third day of training camp, so I'm not too worried about it yet. Tua, perfect pass to Sanders with Kader Kohu all over it, but when you throw a perfect pass, it's hard to defend. Wright versus Fuller, nice punch out. Chop Robinson pressures Skylar for a second straight play going against Patrick Paul. Love hearing this from our first round pick. Tart and Chop immediately sack on Skylar. I'm hearing that the third team O-line struggled against the third team D-line. So depth on the O-line scares the crap out of me. Tua evades pressure, quick hits Ingold for a gain that would have been a loss. Brook flies through the line for a tackle for loss on Raheem Mostert. Ramsey clamps Waddle over the middle for a nice pass breakup. Iron sharpening iron. White to Burton with a bobble, who bobbles it, and then the D lineman Mack intercepts it. Jonnu clears a lane for a nice run by Wilson. Ryan Haynes on the block as well. Love hearing that from the 7th round pick, but I love hearing that Jonnu Smith not only is getting balls out of the backfield and handoffs, but also is blocking for big run plays. Jonnu Smith, baby. I was talking about Grayson Murphy before, and I'm talking about him again. Grayson Murphy with another sack. Campbell with a tackle for loss on Brooks. Walker and Campbell shut down consecutive plays. Anthony Walker, the linebacker. Wright with another hard, decisive run. Wilson had a very solid practice in the orange jersey, from what I'm hearing. Hayes and Hines clear lanes for Brooks for a touchdown run 6 yards out in the red zone. Like I said, third team O-line owning the third team D-line now, flipping it over. White with a nice throw to Fortson, contested catch over the middle for a red zone touchdown. And then the practice ends with Tanner Connor closing practice with a beautiful one-handed catch from Tua at the pylon. again, hearing some really awesome things there. So let me show you real quick the video of the D-line hyping up the crowd, and then Malik Washington doing a backflip. So you got Calais, Sealer, Tart. And there he comes. Here's Malik. Those guys gotta be careful. Jeez Louise. Now this is warm-ups here. I think this is Tua Tagovailoa. There's Tua one-on-ones. Boom. Just warming up. That's all. Nothing crazy to be seen there. I think this is shout out to Tommy and Hialeah. His at is Dolphin201. FMP, his at is made_in_dade_ for giving me posting these videos for me to use. You got this one as well. Oh, I think that is the one where Jalen Ramsey is on Waddle. If he could have got his other hand up, he probably would have caught that. Let me make it bigger. I'm just going to cover my face so you can see it. I don't want to get in trouble. I'll show it again. You can kind of see he like got his hand on it. Yeah, I'm just going to cover my face. You don't care about my beautiful face. This is Tua to Waddle. This one is from ABDY at ABDY Sphere on Twitter. Go check them out. Tua. Oh, cross face, cross right in front of him. He thought he was going to go outside. He went inside. Nice move by Jalen Waddle there. What else do I got? What else do I got? This is Tua one-on-one again. Red zones. This one looks a little closer. Nice. Ramsey Waddle. I like that. Nice little touch on that pass there. Alrighty. Okay, now we got some 7-on-7s. King of Finland at King of Finland on Twitter. Shout out to you for this video. Raheem Mostert with a nice run. Again, with pads on and in live action, you don't know how far that would go. More from ABD. This is Tua escaping the pocket. Tua. Here comes the pressure. Escapes the pocket. Rolls out. Boom. Touchdown. You could tell he was hiding on the phone. Oh, someone's recording down here. Appreciate everyone who's doing this. Hopefully you guys don't get in trouble. This one's from Tommy and Hialeah. Think it's the same play, different angle. Making some changes. Calling audibles. Assessing the defense. People say Tua doesn't. I don't even have it up on the screen, Doug. Come on. All right, let's do it again. Tua going up. Noticing the defensive shift. Goes up. Makes some changes. Calls in protections. Looks like they're sending a blitz. Nice. He's got that touch, man. He's got that touch. That was the back corner to Braylon Sanders. This one is another one here. This is another angle of him evading the pressure. Got a better look at that one. What else do I got? Tua with a no look to Raheem. I keep not. Tua. Like I said, they thought it was Acham, but it was Raheem. Yeah, just like the Denver Broncos game. Working on some no look stuff. What else? And that's what I got for you guys. If I get any more, because I know like William Garcia, shout out to you, my man, for sending me some stuff. I'm going to put them all on the Patreon and on the membership. So if you're a patron or a member, tonight you'll have all the videos I got will be all on the Patreon and the membership. So everything I'm getting later today, because they do start to trickle in little by little. I'll put them up there. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is Tua's press conference. He said, I grew up like each and every one of you in those seats, working as hard as I can to put myself in that position. He said, I grew up in a middle-class family. My dad is the only one that worked, and my mom took care of the kids. He worked hard. Regardless if you think he deserves his contract or not, he has worked incredibly hard and pushed through a lot of adversity to get where he is, to get the contract he got. So shout out to him. It's life-changing. I know anyone in this room could say the same thing. What words can't describe it. He said, we want to win a playoff game and win championships 100,000%. He said, we haven't won the games that we want to win, get deep into the playoffs, win the games that matter, Tua said in his net game. I couldn't have thrown for 1,000 yards. I could have thrown for 1,000 yards, but if we're winning those big-time games and we're in championships, I'll trade all of that. So again, it kind of coincides with the people who are critical of Tua with the people who absolutely love Tua. We like to look at his stats because he puts up some really nice stats, but he said he would trade all those stats for wins. And that's where you need to take into perspective the Dallas Cowboys game, right? A lot of people look at the Dallas Cowboys game and said, oh, Tua didn't win that game. Tua didn't win that game. But he was part of it. He was part of the reason we won. And like he said, he would take trading in those big stats of the Chargers game to win the big games, not throwing big numbers. So I respect that. I've been told he went for bat for me that day. I went out and practiced. He went out for bat with me and the owner. And, I won't go into details, but what he said, he did what I was thinking he would do for me, and not just for me, but for other players. He's talking about Mike McDaniel advocating for Ross. So if you did not know, when he went out and practiced, full practice, and then after practice he signed his contract, he didn't know he was getting a contract extension. He went out and fully practiced, not having and not knowing if he was going to get a contract extension. And then after the practice, Mike McDaniel went to bat for him, which is cool of him. I just think being more mobile and being lighter on your feet helps with the game, about losing the weight. To be able to do things, we need to survive, to have enough money to care for my kids and my kids' kids and my kids' kids' kids. That's special. That's what I got for you guys today. Training camp open to the public. Tomorrow, Monday, is padded practice. That video will probably be out around 5 o'clock unless it gets done and I have time to do it during my wife's lunch break. But other than that, I'm going to see Deadpool versus Wolverine. I'll let you guys know what I think of that. But like usual, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Like usual, stay classy. If ends up.